Hello everyone, it's Small Farmer 6710. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode 3 on building the big 40-foot diorama. So hopefully you enjoyed episode 2. We got the mountain done, a few other things around the yard. The yard is looking quite good at the moment. I'm going to show it to you now. And also, just before recording, starting this intro, the hedging has arrived for doing a bit of hedging around the farm, which I've bought. I haven't made it, and I'm experimenting there really. So I got from John McBride at forget the name of the Facebook page, but I've also started the Contractors yard. But there's a lot to explain in this video, so let's get into it. So here's the hedging that I got from John McBride. And this is the abandoned farm, which is supposed to be. But yeah, it's looking quite good at the moment. From the last episode, I believe I've added, yeah, I haven't shown you this. I added a bit of ivy around the sheds and added a bit of machinery, as you can see. So the yard is looking a bit more of a working farm. There's my cat again. Don't mind her. Yeah, then all this is still the same, but yeah, got a bit of hedging here, which is to fill in this gap, and I'm just deciding if I should get more of the hedging or not. I think it looks quite good. It's, as you can see, the leaves and all are close enough. So, and then if I go down here, which I have started on the Contractors yard, which is mainly more about what this episode is about. So yeah, here's the Contractors yard. I've built these two sheds here yesterday. So this one here is the workshop. It's big enough to fit a silage harvester in, and one or two tractors if you want, and more so to the point, to fit enough tools, all your DeWalt, your snap-on tools, your Draper, Milwaukee impact guns. You want to fit all that in there, so don't forget about that, lads. Then here's your tractor shed. Maybe, yeah, more so tractor shed. You could only fit 2 tractors in there, but it's enough to fill in that gap for here. And then there's a shed that's coming by yeah, so I'm waiting on a shed for there, which you'll see in a few, maybe next episode, who knows. And then here it's gonna be like your washing bay for your tractors or whatever. So I'm gonna have probably a drain somewhere for the water to go into for washing your machinery, and make or buy a power washer and a man power washing the machinery look quite good. Here is going to be your trailer park, or just a place where you park your machinery or stuff outside. So I've kind of weathered that up a bit. Still have a bit to do around here where the PVA is showing up. And then this track going up the back, which I haven't made yet, but that's going to be going to our big silage fields at the back there, so quite interesting. And then this is another spot there, you can park a trailer or whatever. And then of course our shed is going there, and then the entrance, which is important, is just along the side of the road here, which is I was debating on putting a road here or at the back, and Daniel gave a good point. He said it's nice to have the fields joining with the yard, which is good. It's a good point rather than the road splitting the farm all the time, which is what has happened in a lot of the previous farms. So yeah, I said I'd do that, and I need to finish off the verges along the side here. So I need to finish that up, won't take too long. And I want to put a hedge along the side here and have big tall trees coming up along here, so it looks kind of, the yard is more not as open, but you'll still be able to see into it, of course. The mountain, I think I said that in the last episode. Have that done. Daniel is coming up, he'll show me how to do the river along. There's a river going in there, so that'll look quite good. And there's also a bit of white showing up from the styrofoam, so I'll need to go over that when I get a bit of time. But yeah, the farm's looking quite good, and I'm going to finish the verging off along the side here and put up a bit of hedging. I have the sheeting for the sheds to put on as well, which the paint is currently drying, so that'll be on as well. Right, so guys, update now. Daniel's currently here with me. He's up here. He's going to show me how to do the river, but he said that there's a bad stink off the river, so we're not going to do. We're going to do that last thing before we finish for the evening. It's currently Christmas Eve, so we're working up straight up to Christmas. But yeah, I'm gonna start on this silage field here. We've been thinking of if there's any features we want to add on this silage field, and it's easy to put a big grass mat here, and have it a silage field, but it's kind of nice to have a feature in the field. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like a tree corner there to just had a bit of a feature of the field, add a few trees up to it and maybe a few rushes around it, and then it'll be a big silage field, so it'll be nice. And then I'll put hedges along the side there and all, and we had to do with a farm track along there. Daniel put paper mache along here, so you can't really see the plywood at the side. And then he's just doing the verge along the side of the field there. Also, these hedges came from scale model castings, so I got them from scale model castings, and they're quite nice. They're doing the job, and yeah, they're there. Also got the tillage farm all done with the hedging. Looks quite good. Yeah, there you go. Have the gaps all filled up. So here's another update. So here's an update, guys. It is currently the 28th of December, so it was Christmas Eve, the last clip there. So this is what I've done since Christmas Eve. Not a massive amount, but still progress. So I got these stakes and posts up all along here. I painted them brown so they're kind of like a creosote colour. Got the gate hung. Up here at the river, update on the river. It pretty much went as a disaster as the polyester resin does, or I think it was the hardener, or whatever it was. The first coat anyway of the river, it just sank straight through the styrofoam and burnt straight through it, making a big huge hole or crack through the styrofoam. But I have it all filled up with paper mache, and I'm just going to do it with hot glue, and hopefully it won't look as good, but it'll hopefully make look the purpose anyway of a river. Here at the back, have the big field at the back of the contractors, have it down, big silage field, so it will be. And also got the sheets of galvanized onto the shed, so it look quite good now. And I also got the track along the side done, which will be going up onto the silage field. I know that you see there's a track going on there, so it has kind of two entrances. Then there's a nice verge along the side there beside the main road. And then I continued on the track, so continued it on. And you may be wondering what's here. So it's not the dairy farm, it's not a farm at all. It's going to be the AD plant. So if you guys are English or Northern Ireland, you might be more familiar with an AD plant more so than us Irish. There's not many, or there's none at all, AD plants in Ireland. I don't think there's more so of them up in Northern Ireland than England. But yeah, I thought it'd be quite cool to have an AD plant, as you can have maize and slurry going in and out of it. Silage. So I have two silage pits built for it. One there, another one here. And they're just going to be going there at the back. I have a digester and all sorted out, and also a tank, like the digestate tank or the processor. So yeah, have the concrete all down. It's currently still drying. This is just a tip that I got from Ryan Williamson there. He said just mix some cement, water and PVA, and it should look good. So when it dries, I'm going to give it a sanding, so it should look a lot smoother rather than this rough type stuff here. But hopefully it'll look good. It'll look a lot more realistic than the paint, although the paint does look doesn't look the worst. But yeah, have a field here. There's gonna be a tillage field, could be a maize field, more suitable because it's beside the AD plant. And if you don't know, guys, what an AD plant is, I won't be an expert on them, but what I pretty much know, what I think it is basically a silage, maize, or whatever crops. You put it into a digester, and then the digester makes digestate, and then it forms electricity or something like that. Quote me if I'm wrong. Leave it in the comments below. Someone might have a better explanation of it. If you have a better explanation of it, leave it in comments and I'll pin your comment. But yeah, there's going to be a track going down there which will lead to more fields. You can have tractors and trailers drawn out of it. That'll be the road going down to it. So that'll be quite cool. These walls aren't the walls that I'm using. I want to use them for somewhere else. I just don't think it's quite fitting for a field. But I have walls in the making at the moment. So I have walls here. These are actually big granite boulders that I hit with a hammer, and I made them into these small little rocks, little stones here, which are ideal for a wall. And beforehand I used these kind of gravel stuff from they use to do the roads after tarmacking, and they're quite dark, and I didn't really like the dark walls. You don't really see many like really dark black walls, so I got this granite stuff here, and it's hopefully going to make a nice bright wall. So they're just drying at the moment. Have the mixture in there. If you want to know, guys, how to make walls, I have a video from last year on how to make them, so it should be in the tutorials playlist on the channel. So there you go. So what more am I going to do now? Waiting for that concrete to dry, waiting for the walls to dry. I need to get more dirt alongside here to do the track like I did there. I'm going to need to do the fencing along here. I'm waiting for a tillage mat for there. And moving on, I'm going to have a main road going across here. So I think I've rambled on a bit. Enough, guys. So I'm going to get on with it. And I'll update you right now again. So guys, another update. Moving on anyway. The concrete dried up quite nicely. There's like patches like this where they're not that even. I just might need a case of sanding it down again, but yeah, all this part here is sanded down. Didn't really do this part here, as I kind of want this part a bit rough, but again, there's going to be a big tank going over there and a digester as well. But yeah, the main entrance is going to be there, coming in from the main road. I want to make that down so you can't really see a crease. Make it blend in with the the plywood. And also got the verges along, static grass all around. As well, I also got the stone walls done. So as you seen, I was making a few stone walls, and they came up quite well. They're out granite, so they are, and I much prefer them compared to the last stone walls I done. As the last stone walls I done, they were like pebbles, stone, and the PVA stuck to them and it made them turn black, which it didn't really make a nice colour really. I quite like this colour. It's a nice granite. I just got granite big rocks and I just hit them with a hammer and made them into small pebbles like these. So yeah, they're quite nice. Still waiting on the dirt to dry, but it should be done by next episode anyway. Definitely be done by next episode. But yeah, what I'm moving on to now is I don't have any road at the moment, so coming to the end of the episode now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm thinking of making a church and a little shop and a hairdresser's or a barber shop, which would be like a little town entrance coming into here. So I'm gonna size it all out, and I'm definitely doing a church, and I want to see if I could fit in enough room for a barber's or a shop, a little grocery shop, and it'd be quite nice. It'd make a nice community around the farm, which I kind of liked the last time, as I had the dealership and I had the church, and it kind of made a sense of community around the farm. So that's what I quite like doing, the church, and I'm going to do a shop as well. But yeah, I'm planning on having this area here as the big dairy farm's going to be here, so I don't want to have it too close together, but be probably around this area, alright? So I'm going to get cracking on. I'll show you a bit how I make the church and the shop, as a few of you are asking how do I make sheds and buildings. So this is how I'm making the church at the moment, guys. So the two bases are the exact same size. They're 20 by 30, so it's a decent size, not too big, not too small. As you see, I have the church nearly done. Well, nowhere near done, but I have the base and all, the sides of it all done. I need to do the roof. I'm going to have a nice slated roof on it, and I'm also going to have a nice tower, which a lot of churches have, with a cross on it. I then have like the windows going across, the stained glass windows, and probably have the door right there. But yeah, that's the church done for the moment anyway. So moving on to the old pub or the shop or the barbers or the chippers. I'm not sure at the moment, but it doesn't matter at the moment as I'm just doing the building. But I'm gonna be doing the pub or whatever it is, the shop, a bit different. I'm gonna have like one side a bit lower than the other. You sometimes see it, but it might make a nice feature rather than just having the same look as the church. So that's what I'm gonna do anyway, and should look quite cool. Also, for those wondering, the plywood I'm using is, or the wood I'm making it out of, is 12mm plywood. MDF would work as well. So this is what I have at the moment. But yeah, it's good to work with. I was originally using 18mm stuff, which is this stuff here, but it's just too thick really for the scale of 132 scale, and yeah, I'm just using 12mm anyway. It's easier to cut as well. But if you're making farm buildings, like if you're using the walls for farm buildings, I'd recommend 10mm. It's just that I have 12mm. But yeah, that's it there, and also it's just glued together with a hot glue gun. Does the job. It's really sturdy. Like I'm holding with one hand, and it's not. No, it's really sturdy, you know. So yeah, that's how I build the bases, and the base of it is 5mm MDF, which you can get in hardware stores. So yeah, 5mm MDF is a good. Yeah, 5mm in general is just a good platform really to glue down your walls and stuff. So I got a good start to the church and the pub or chipper or whatever it is. And yeah, that's roughly about where they're going to be going. There's going to be a road going straight through, and I'll have a nice signpost on the side saying welcome to whatever the town is. So I have two suggestions or two questions for you guys. One, what will the village or the town be called? And the other question is, what should this part here or house be called? Should it be a pub? Should it be a shop and chipper? Should it be a shop and a barber? Should it be a pub and a barber? What do you think, guys? So yeah, let me know on that one, and I'll get ready for next episode. So yeah, it's just a good start to the town, as I can be getting the buildings done while I'm waiting for the road. So it's just great to get that done. So yeah, so that's what it has done in this episode. Got a lot done. So guys, hope you enjoyed this episode 3, and looking forward to episode 4. Every episode is getting closer to doing the dairy farm, which I can't wait to do. Very excited to do that one now, as I have big plans for that yard, as it's going to be the biggest yard on the farm, so quite can't wait to start that one. But yeah, we got a good bit done with the BGA started, also a bit with the contractors yard, but mainly the BGA. I'm starting over this direction here. So that's about it, guys. If you did enjoy, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any suggestions for the model farm, as it's still work in progress, I can still add things to the model farm. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. So hope you see us in episode 4, guys. And see you again soon. Bye for now.